which is the film you've seen most, your own film? The maximum rewatches or...
Oh God, I don't know. Maybe it would be, I think, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. I think just as half the world has, I think I'm pretty much a fan of that film as well because, I love the idea of family, tradition, just that warmth. It gives you that warm feeling. I think that's what everyone kind of loves. And that's why it's, I think, one of the most loved films also.
Which is your favorite film of yours?
I think it's so unfair to pick one film, considering like Niharika just said, I've done 67. I didn't even know that. I think after a point, you just lose count as, what number film it is.
Okay,
so
let
it's difficult.
me rephrase it. Which is the film you've seen most, your own film? The maximum rewatches or...
Oh God, I don't know. Maybe it would be, I think, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. I think just as half the world has, I think I'm pretty much a fan of that film as well because, I love the idea of family, tradition, just that warmth. It gives you that warm feeling. I think that's what everyone kind of loves. And that's why it's, I think, one of the most loved films also.
Did you ever imagine that it's going to be such an integral part of popular culture?
Not at all. I think when we were doing POO, at least, I was following just Karan's instructions. I knew it was like a super fun character, but no one really thought that, 25 years later, you'll still have characters based around POO who are like her, That was never really the intention because I think when you set out with an intention of saying that we have to make this character great or, this has to be amazing, it's going to be fab and, think that. I think it just happens. It just has to happen, You never really know when you're creating it. And with Geet, it was the same thing because I was shooting Tashan simultaneously. And Tashan was like a really big film because it had Akshay Kumar, it had, Anil Ji, it had Saif Ali Khan, and, it was a YRF film. Whereas Jab Bhi Met was like, it was more like, it was like we were new and, Imtiaz had done one film and there were never really any big names attached to it at that point. So I was always like, I'm like, Tashan is going to be amazing and, I'm working on this body and going to do my action film and I would just like, come on the set, but my focus was Tashan. But I didn't really know that what was happening and then Jab Bhi Met just released and, not that Tashan isn't special, but people just loved Jab Bhi Met more than that. So when you think that, everyone's going to watch this, but everyone watched that. So there was no real plan that, it's going to be amazing. I was also a bit like, no one really thought that. So it just happens. I think magic should just, happen. It can't be planned. We say it can be created, but it's just...
I completely get you because another thing that wasn't planned and it happened and it felt like magic was the whole Sananana trend.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
and that too, again,
the song
after like
from
18-20 years.
And we were all waiting for you to probably do that reel or trend. What did you make of it? Were you surprised?
No, I was just like, oh God. But though, I think it truly is an iconic song because of the way Santosh shot it. There was something very raw but yet sexy about it. And everyone wanted to see it was like, this quintessential heroine who was, the classic under, the waterfall and being fun and people connected to that energy, I feel somehow. And I'm so happy that Ashoka is part of the re-release list because it truly is one of my most favorite movies. Because, I was like, I think 20 and it was obviously my first actual film which I did with Shah Rukh because in K3G I wasn't opposite Shah Rukh. So for me, Ashoka will have amazing memories and I think the music, look at it, like you said, the trend. So I think people are going to come to the theatre and going to watch it because the music from Raat Ka Nasha to San Sanana, it was all just, it was so ahead of its time, I think.